Hi guys, it's me, Jordan Cena, and I would like to wish you guys, from my heart to yours, a very happy and healthy St. Patrick's Day. And um, I love St. Patrick's Day most notably because green is my favorite color of the rainbow. But yeah, I love all the things to do with St. Patrick's Day. I love the iconography, I love the history, I love the food, I love the movies, the leprechaun figurines and stuff. I just love it. Anyway, I will also be doing my first movie review in celebration of this wonderful holiday. And it turns out to be one of my favorites. The Boondocks. This movie is very good. So before I start talking about this, get your shamrock macchiatos from Dunkin' Donuts. Don't worry, I already drank mine, and it's in the picture in the thumbnail of the video is of me drinking it, and it was pretty good. It tastes like pistachio, and it reminded me a lot of what happened if you have leprechaun piss inside coffee, bitter coffee, no less. But anyway, on to the movie review. Now, for those of you who know me, I already reviewed this movie a long time ago. But the thing is that I when I reviewed it, I didn't realize a little thing called copyright infringement, copyright law. And the thing was, since this is owned by 20th Century Fox, they tend to be very annoying about using the film clips in the movie and put it on YouTube. So I didn't realize at the time. And unfortunately, they had to take it down several times. So I'm not gonna do it anymore because fuck it. So I don't want to do that shit anymore. But the movie opens up with a nice little aerial shots of Boston, which I would love to go visit one day. And it shows the McManus brothers, played by Sean Patrick Flanery and Norman Reedus. And they also show playing around and stuff in their job at meat factories, and they get in trouble by playfully making fun of this one woman who was a new person on the meat packing plant, and she never appears in the movie again, but she kicks their asses. Both of them, and they're fired for it. Now, these two guys are supposed to be like this badass group, pair of vigilantes that have to try to get rid of all the crime and mafia people that in Boston. And you start with the Russian mafia, because two of the the soldiers of the mafia, or I should say, I'm not sure if they're very soldiers or enforcers for the mafia. Anyway, the low run like characters. So they trying to take out this to try to put pressure on this bar owner to try to get him to either pay up or get out. And it did so happen that the managers are over there. Now, the there's like a stereotype that Irish people like to drink a lot, so it kind of figures that they would be in sort of a bar at the time when this happened on St. Patrick's Day. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't think that they would drink more than the average person, but if I was Irish, I would be kind of offended by it. That could be why why this movie received I think 28% of Rotten Tomatoes, which I still love the movie though. So this is kind of like one of the how should I put this out of order type movies because events don't happen in the order that they are presented to us. For example, in this movie, William Dafoe plays a professional super cop, like like he knows everything. He's like a very ultra protective and like he can deduct what happens in the movie. So they take the bar scene part, and right before the thug starts some shit, and the McMahon just have to fight him off and stuff. They cut to Defoe and bunch of lower level cops examining the scene. We see the two enforcer guys on the ground, unconscious, maybe dead. Yeah, and they have the guy, the snicker, is the folks character. So they have him doing like a like a crime scene investigation, but like very over the top and very odd because he plays classical music on headphones when he does a stick, which just me kind of weird because you would think they to analyze stuff you need to pay attention, and having headphones are kind of detract from their professionalism a little. But besides that, they also have this very good movie where this cop is like spitballing it, and remember that just pulling theories out of his ass. And for the most part, this pretty much fails miserably, except for one instance where it's correct, but didn't give him credit for it. Anyway, it showed that after Snicker figures it out, figures out most of it, we cut to when the McMahons took down those two Rush guys. Now, I like the way they have these guys have very good luck plus skill plus good fighting prowess and good shooting skill because during the course of the scene they show these two fighting off the Russians in the bar, having it so that one guy gets lit on fire. So that at the end, he kind of like in diaper type thing with bandages around his ass and stuff. So that would explain why he's dressed the way he is when he lying face down in the alleyway. And then they show that they're going to kill uh, Norman Reedus for the embarrassment and fighting back against the Russian mob. And they do that, and they chain Sean Patrick to a toilet bowl, in which he breaks out of, and he drops on one of the guys' heads during the conflict. Now, I have to ask you, I'm not expert on this or anything, but wouldn't it make I mean, how would it be possible for a guy with average strength to lift up a toilet bowl, disconnect it from the piping, and then bring it way upstairs to drop it on a guy outside? That seems kind of impossible. Unless they play up the whole religious, spiritual slash that God empowers these two with supernatural strength and abilities to fight crime and stuff. Which I think is actually pretty cool that they do that. I like the scene in the church with with the guy with the priest doing his sermon, and the two end up going behind him and kissing the Jesus statue and stuff. So, as improbable as it is, it's a cool scene, and Snicker hits it right out of the park with all of his guesses and stuff, and influence such things. So, we're also introduced to the funny man in the movie, played by David DeLuco, and I think his name is Rock in the movie. I'm not sure about that, but we're also introduced to Ron Jeremy's character. Yes, the porn star, and of course he's in like a porno part in it where he's at like an naughty club, and obviously he does fake his best, but he ends up getting shot quite quite countly, I might add, because it gets the money shot right in the kisser. But besides that, you have which, by the way, the folk does like a over the top type of guess to his plans of the shooting. So unfortunately, the McNabb was injured from the fight with the Russian mafia. So they end up going to the police department, and the cop from before, one that gets everything wrong and stuff, he makes a comment about that because he thinks the Irish, that he thinks that tears will lower them out into the open, which again, that's the type. It makes a little more sense, but it's wrong. So then he says, that we got better chance of throwing them out with two on a string. No, one of the McMahon's brothers said, you'll have better luck with a beer. Doing the same trick with a beer. To which McMahon says, we'll start the ass kissing with you. That he'd been wrong before and he'll do it again. And it's quite funny actually, this movie and that guy. But but as the movie goes on, you'll see that Snake gets more and more unraveled, more and more uh, uh, more and more distraught over his job, and yeah, they do make a point that he is gay, but they don't really overdo it too much. Now, the McMahon brothers decide it's a holy duty to try to clean up the streets of Boston by killing all the mafia boys, all the big boys in the mafia territory. So they eventually saw it with the Russian mob, which I actually don't know which it has a bigger presence in Boston, the Russian mob or the Italian mafia. But they tried to go after the Russian guys first, and I gotta say that the head of the French mafia looks like Jimmy Smith in like a fat suit with like a really bad wig. I don't know if it's him, but it's like he looks really bad. And he's talking about something. I don't know if he's talking about the Saints or if they're talking about somebody else, but it's like a big group meeting, a big group therapy session. So the McMahon brothers go into the roof after getting armed up, which, judging from the way that the armed dealer has weapons, like Grand Theft Auto game, he has a lot of weapons, like a little room. But I don't know. I think that for what they give the guy, I think that it's too much of an exchange rate. Like give them like a few pistols and a few lighters and the money wad from the Russian guys, but and give them carte blanche to take whatever they want for weapons and stuff. So there's a lot of weapons they can pick from. I'm not sure that's enough money for that. Anyway, they try to they kill they go into the ceiling of the big meeting room. Now there's a little bit of a problem with this because I'm sure that the big mafia guy has like a with all the little underlings and generals and higher ups in Russian mob, the plenty guns there to begin with. But I would imagine that there'd be like a little army of soldiers and enforcers and people with other weapons to protect the bigger fish in the fire. So I'm sure that there was a lot of stuff over there, but still there was there was not enough weapons on the mafia side of things. So they do this stuff to get rid of the mafia boys, And one little contradiction is that they show that the main guy in the, the guy with the red wig, he Smicker says that he was the last guy to die because they did him proper. They did him like execution style. But in the flashback cutscene, they show him you know, when they drop down from the tomb, they show both boys hanging by a rope, like spinning around upside down, kind of like Spider-Man, but shooting each of their weapons like that, and and like rotating and shooting at the same time, pow pow pow, and killing all the Russian guys, all the Russian underlings and soldiers and whatnot. So they show that one of the guys is shot but not mortally wounded. So they end up shooting the big guy in the middle, like Snicker said. But then they show the other guy shooting afterwards, dying, you know, because the guy shoots him. Also, like the fact of putting coins on the people's eyes they shoot. I have respect for the dead, for the fair men, you know, for when people die to give the fair guy tools stuff. Now, this brings up a good question. Because when the guys do the killing for good and stuff, they show a Latin prayer, which is supposed to be like a family thing. But the funny thing is that these guys are supposed to be Irish to the core, so I'm not sure about it, but wouldn't it make more sense for them to do it in Gaelic? You know, the native language of the ancient Ireland. Anyway, they do this stuff, and it is and right after the mafia hit, they you know, Rocco comes into the as like a bellhop, and he was planning on killing the guys, the mafia guys himself, but he pointed out very quickly that he only got like I think like 6 shots in the gun, so if the guy were gonna get a perfect headshot every shot that he takes, that would mean that he would need at least 6, he would drop at least 6 guys, and there were not 8 or 9 guys in there, so they would easily kill him. They assumed that it was set up, you know, to kill Rocco, which after a while it can get a little annoying at times. Which don't worry, he does die in the end. Spoiler alert, but this movie been out for a while, so it doesn't count. Anyway, it's not the duo becomes a reluctant trio because he really wanted to get in on the action as a hero. But then, then they move on to Ron Jeremy for trying to set him up. Now, I think it's implied that that Rocco is friends or business, or he does business for the Italian mob guy. I forgot his name offhand, but I'm sure you guys in the comments will be able to correct me on that. Now, the kick to him. The one piece of news he has been when when the guy Rocco, much like a little candy store, tried to shoot Ron and two other guys, doing their business in a lonely club, and he ends up trying to grab a few for the fainted stripper. So so he does it, and he got to make up for grabbing the woman's boobies, and the guy needs to, I gotta make up for it. So they listen to Jeremy. Now after he killed the Jeremy, I think he was supposed to be like this higher up in the mafia, which I have no idea how that works out, because obviously Ron Jeremy is a fast law, so I don't get how he could become a higher up in anything except the porn industry. So then another Machiavelli gets the mob boss gets pays off a bunch of people to hire a Duce by Billy Connolly. No, I like this character a lot because it's supposed to be like this stoic, badass, sweet shit, routine bad shit, and he's been locked away for life. And even the prison guards offer him, they put him in like a birdcage and stuff, surrounded by guns, on guard and stuff. Which, by the way, is kind of stupid because if you really is such a monster, as they say and stuff, they would this guy can easily lift up the birdcage and attack the people, but neither here nor there. He follows to Tony Montana's line of no women, no kids being killed. That's the only rule. Okay, fair enough. So, in the description of the firefight between the McMahon brothers and El Duce, that's the name of the guy, El Duce, Snicker does that thing about, trying to imitate the gunfight, and he did that really stupid thing where he shoots up in the air just for stress purposes and dramatic purposes while he's sweating. There was a gunfight, so the cop that week gets everything wrong. Actually got right this time by saying that there was one guy with 6 guns, that being El Duce. Now the problem with El Duce is he's supposed to be this big macho alpha professional killer, ruthless and a monster and all that. But would a real monster and professional killer really decide to take out 2 guys who are armed and dangerous in broad daylight in the middle of a suburban street? I don't think so. So they injure each other, and the funny man gets his finger shot by Duce, which we were trying to go for something cool here, but the way it looks like the way El Duce dressed with the hat and glasses and the leather outfit kind of remind me of a big bus boy. For some reason, like I'm going on a school bus ride. With a guy with bulletproof vest on, but still. So they end up going to get up. They end up having to take Rocco to the hospital, and but they eventually get captured by the Italian mafia, and they held against their will in like a basement in Machiavelli's basement, and well, they're captured and being tortured, and Rocco is eventually shot. They have Snicker dressed up like a hooker, which I don't know if he's done this before, but he's pretty damn good as a woman hooker. And he eventually also the guys dressed up as a woman he's invited house, and he attacks the guy there, thinking that he can get a little action, which he might be dressed like a woman. He might act good as a woman, but I would never want to have relations with a person who looks like William Dafoe. Anyway, after Rocco is shot and everyone left the room, Sean Patrick Flannery breaks his bond in the chair, breaks the chair and stuff, and he gets free. Now, wouldn't it make more sense that he does that right when Rocco is shot? Being the endurance and the adrenaline would be applied. So, then, as the two guys are mourning their best friend that was killed because of their own acceptance into the group, the Ducci ends up walking out on them, and they're doing their little prayer in Latin, a family prayer, and Ducci recognizes that prayer as something that he told his kids when they were younger, when they were babies or kids or something. Because then it clicks in their head that their father, that was likely for like 9 years. So they joined each other in the local critique and the Italian mafia. I have no idea why Tucci decided to join them and stuff, but he does. And it's kind of touching that they end up doing the prayers together. I wish a lot more people would do that as a family. Not the whole murdering and the veggie thing, but just the prayers together. That was really sweet. And by the way, I'm really sorry for the fact that Bill Conley is no longer with us. It is a good actor, not most notably for its comedy, but yeah, this is one of his better roles, I think, as El Duce, even though he does seem like a very good convict killer. So, I like this part where they actually go into the court scene with Machiavelli. being put on trial for something or other. I forgot exactly what it was, but that it was so good. They do it, and they make a big spectacle of it. And, that of course for good and everything, and that people who do bad things to be wary and slip when open very much. And I like when they told them in the when they're about to give the guy an execution, and that both boys go behind the guy's head, and then the colony says to one of the I think stenographer over there, he lifts her head with a gun, says, "You have to watch this too, because otherwise, there's no point." So he did that every day with his hand, letting the his hand. So they show it, and they try to little prayer, and while they're doing it, he's like the guy Machiavelli is like, "No, no, no, don't do this. help me out. I'll give you anything you want." And then boom, three shots in the back of the head. I think it's a little overkill. No pun intended. But yeah, and they have coverage about how these people are vigilantes, and there are people like them, and people who hate them. But I don't like the fact that they showed that Smacker and the others in the on the force. But agree with this, let's go along with it, because I don't think that cops will allow for to be working with thugs and vigilantes like Batman or some Spider-Man. Wait, right off the way to take that. William Dafoe was a bad guy in Spider-Man. Anyway, so they had three of them with the McManus brothers and El Duce, being going to being peaceful, like in their home, making dinner and stuff. I like the movie a lot, even though there are some rather stupid, over the top moments in it, and eventually I'll cover the other one too, the Ultimate Day, which got even lower score on it than this one. But why I like it, I like all the over the top stupid motion in here. So anyway, this video review is going a little bit long and stuff, and I gotta say I like the music in this movie a lot. I like the religious over undertones in here, like the fact that they that they do involve Latin prayer in there. I think a lot more movies should do that. Like El Duce, I like all the actors in here. I like everything in the movie. But if you guys have any suggestions for me as to what I should review next, what kind of movies, TV shows, and whatnot you want me to review, my contact information is 631-707-3707 is my phone number, and my email is jjviewingchannel@gmail.com, and P Pro is my Twitter. So I salute you guys. Have a happy St. Patrick's Day. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Ciao, ciao, ciao.